I had it, fool. Nah, just kidding. That actually looks like it might work. Yeah, let's go with that. Ah. Oh, con razón.
Told you.
Where does it tighten?
You just twist.
This?
No, on the poles. There. Technicalities of being live.
I keep saying we can do a pre-tape.
Going live, damn it.
Do some snaps on the mic to see if it picks you up.
Yeah, pick it up.
Okay. Oh man. Is it just me or did it get thinner in here?
Yep.
You gonna be in the chat tonight?
Yeah.
Nice.
Take care of the chat. All right.
Ooh, right on time. 8:05. Old school. WQW. You ready?
Yeah.
You sure?
Ready as I'm gonna be. Shit. Plug that shit. She dead.
That's what it takes to kill Alexa. Huh?
That's Google actually.
Oh, quite a dystopia you live in here, son.
Yes.
I forgot what episode this is. Does it tell you over there?
Have it on there. 372.
Got you. Live from the Love Shack, episode number 372 of Houston Wrestling Radio. Where's Abel?
Las fue a dar.
No, pues wow. This is Chris.
This is Hector.
Yeah, we're taking this shit over tonight.
And it's not even New Japan talk.
Not much, no. Our fearless leader, the chosen one, is in Stinktown of all places, Dallas. Ugh. I love being a dead horse. I'm gonna say it again for the 1000th time. If assholes could fly, Dallas would be one huge ass airport. God dang. Other than Geno's East and Four Corners Brewery, there ain't nothing good about Dallas. Martin House. I'll add Martin House to that. So Abel's working. He's on location. He couldn't be here as much as he would want to. So it's just Hector and I tonight.
Yes.
Two people that actually know about everything that's on this list. Instead of having Abel play neck tennis, just
that or standing idle.
So it's gonna be low on the cooking references tonight too.
Yes.
It's been a week. What's been the huge thing that's taken over this whole week as far as pro wrestling goes?
The sale of the network.
Did you ever think that would happen?
Hell no. Especially by NBC, but then again, they do have an old partnership that they had. You know, the old XFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it only took another billion. It's kind of weird to see the company being this profitable in a time when there's no house shows, no What else?
Cost saving.
Yeah, cost cutting. Yeah, this is a weird time for a business like WWE to be almost in its prime financially. You know, I mean, this isn't like GameStop. You want WWE stock right now. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't really checked where it's at, but 200 million a year for at least for 5 years. Um,
Which sucks because I've seen videos and I myself have compared. I hope Peacock steps up their game on their searching stuff.
okay, so I'm a huge miser. I don't have cable. I barely have internet at my apartment. Um, the only networks that I pay for is WWE, it's $9. New Japan, $8 and change.
Mm-hmm.
And as of a couple of months ago, Disney Plus, which is like $7. I have access to Netflix. I have access to Amazon Prime. Shh, don't ask me how. Sharing username and passwords. You know, it happens.
Get all those.
I don't want to spend more money, but Scott the Scott, he has Peacock, and he has it through the cable box because he actually has the whole extended cable stuff. You are not the only person to say that.
Yeah.
That app, and it's weird that I'm going to say this. At least the user face for the WWE Network app is a whole lot friendlier and user friendly than Peacock.
Yeah.
Peacock it's all over the place as far as actually using it. I downloaded it on my app, and the app is even worse. I am not a fan of it at all.
I just hope they do their interface, because basically what NBC did is bought them out for 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, WWE is still allowed to have their network app outside of the United States, and here in the States, they're shutting the whole app down.
Yeah.
So
this is like Disney Plus, HBO Max. All these deals, all that only matters in the U.S. In the UK, they still have that Sky Network and all their little mini channels for all the other stuff. Sky Network DC, Sky Network Wrestling, all that stuff.
yeah,
So the deals that matter here don't affect our viewers or listeners that we have around the world, which we actually do. But
yeah, okay, yeah.
the I like that I'm saving half the subscription. It's only $5 for the regular thing. I don't have access to the. If you're Xfinity, you have like the premium access comes with your cable box and all that stuff. It says I don't have the box and all that other crap. But WWE for its flaws, for the network, they've always been good with their timing of the rollouts. You know, the first weekend that the network came out, they had NXT Arrival. Let's see how the site does, because WrestleMania 30 was right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever they do upgrades, they do televised house shows like that. That I forget what it was called, but it was the one night in Nashville, and it was like on a Thursday night or a Saturday night. It was a house show. It was like an hour and a half long. But that was basically because they had just done updates to the network and they wanted to see how it went.
I think I remember that.
They from what I've heard, they're having Fastlane 3 weeks away from WrestleMania because that's when the network merges with the Peacock app so that they can see what errors they're going to have, because 3 weeks from Fastlane is WrestleMania, and
Yeah.
you have people, you want your filthy casuals all over WrestleMania, and if you've already got, was it 10 million, 11 million, some kind of subscribers in the U.S. that have Peacock, you're bringing in roughly between 350,000 and a million extra subscribers, because WWE's at 1.5, but that's like everywhere.
Yeah.
They're bringing at least 300,000 new people into the Peacock app, and you're paying $5 instead of 10 for the service that has the network and everything. Everyone's watching The Office, so every 30 seconds during Office commercials, you're gonna get, Bad Bunny's performing Booker T at the Royal Rumble. Watch the Royal Rumble, or and stuff like that. So it's that corporate synergy stuff, having everything on the same spot.
It's just gonna be weird hopefully NBC servers actually have enough capacity to handle
Mhm.
the flux of subscribers going in, because that's the last thing they want to do is make a crash right before WrestleMania.
Yeah. Or have any issues. If you have one person raise their hand and say, "Man, my feet suck during WrestleMania," the loud minority is going to be loud enough that people are going to hear it, and that's going to spread. That's like one bad Yelp review, and you're like sunk almost. Um, but there's a lot. It's almost like a domino effect with the NBC because they're doing so many. I don't want to say cost cutting measures, but more like consolidation measures.
Mm-hmm.
NBC Sports Network,
Canceled.
they're tanking that,
Yeah.
and so they're moving Premier League games, NHL games, football games, auto racing also. I think Formula One, which I wouldn't mind seeing Formula One on NBC or on USA. But it leaves the NXT show in doubt because their contract ends in October, and most of the sports like hockey's on Wednesdays, among other days,
Yeah.
but it's heavy on Wednesday, and they're gonna throw it on USA, then NXT is gonna suffer, or it's not. Or what would you do with the NXT brand?
Honestly, I wouldn't mind. They have a deal with Fox putting SmackDown on actual public TV.
Mm-hmm.
NBC has that capacity of doing that too. Why not put if you want really if you want NXT to go over that hump over AEW, put it on public.
You mean on broadcast television?
Yeah.
You'd have it Wednesday night on NBC, prime time.
Prime time.
What airs on Wednesday right now?
That's a good question.
As someone that doesn't watch a lot of terrestrial TV, um,
The Voice, I don't know.
Vince McMahon doesn't take a lot of L's, especially if he doesn't have to. But if he's getting 200 million a year to wipe the tears away from his face, I would say that the NXT live experience on USA has been a bit of a flop. I would go back to its origins, especially if the app is if you're looking for people to watch the app.
That's true.
I would have NXT back live on Wednesdays every week. If it happens, if because like season premieres, the fall lineup, and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Last week September, first week of October, those are where series premieres happens. So by October, if the Rona's under control or everybody's taking enough of the vaccine and we have some kind of an actual audience, I'd throw it back in full sail back to normal, and have that be the season premiere on the Peacock app. You'll see commercials every program you watch on Peacock, or every time on NBC or USA. They got a couple of more channels that I can't float off the top of my head right now, but yeah, you can get a lot of eyeballs watching NXT. They could do more viewers on the Peacock app than they would on USA. As odd as it might sound,
Yeah.
because everybody's getting into the app game now.
Yeah.
So much for not paying cable. Now, wouldn't it be nice if there was this one box that just had like all the channels that you needed, and you could just pay like one fee? I wonder.
You pick your channel. There you go.
Oh, speaking of the Rona, you ready for the Super Bowl next weekend?
Hey.
I'm surprised you're not wearing black. I see the Texans logo.
Shit.
I've been
mourning.
This is the part of the show that we would have Abel nonstop for 10 minutes. Yeah. Deshaun wants out. Doesn't matter who we hired as the head coach. Deshaun wants out. And J.J. Watt's probably going to follow right behind him.
I don't blame him. I do not blame them. Like, they're asking like the season ticket holders, like, what are you gonna do? You'll have your batch of, well, we're still with the Texans and everything. We're like, yeah, but hell, even a journalist that covered the Texans quit.
Wow, I did not hear that.
Yeah,
I've just read about a dozen posts from Arnold the last couple of days about how he's done with the team. Man, we can't catch a break, dude.
Hell
Rockets,
no.
Harden's gone.
Harden's gone.
Astros,
Springer's
oh.
gone.
And then now with the Texans, Watson wants out.
Shit, the swerve that I got from the Astros, I was like, oh my god. It's like, all right, I get the notification from my cousin in the morning. Springer's out. He got traded to the Blue Jays. I was like, I already know he was in the app, so I was expecting that.
But he was nice about it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which I still don't mind because they got BGO Jr. over there, and I'm like, all right, bring him up. Fuck. But then I got that notification of Brantley going to Toronto. Also, I was like, and then
the last minute,
stay. What the fuck happened?
So the reason we went off the sports tangent is because next week apparently there's this game called the Super Bowl.
Really? What is it?
So apparently, like 2 or 3 dozen people are like in this huge bowl, and they just push each other around until somebody gets enough points. I forget how it goes.
How do people
and then
score
somebody
in
like
this
does
bowl?
karaoke in the middle.
Oh. Is it really? I heard
Sponsored
that,
by a whole bunch of people.
I heard that the person doing karaoke in the middle is like representing the weekend.
Yeah, because it's the Super Bowl's on a Sunday. You don't want to have a performance by the weekday.
Yeah.
The point of this crappy joke. NFL wants over 20,000 people in attendance as fans, paying customers, and the same arena that WrestleMania is happening this year.
Yeah.
Do you think WWE will actually have 25,000 people in Florida for 2 nights?
If it happens with the NFL and is successful, they have nothing to stop them from saying, hey,
Define successful.
No outbreaks. Because if I remember right, what they were announcing this weekend about when the playoff games are happening, that the people in attendance are going to be frontline workers. That's the people who are attending. Those are the only people allowed in that stadium.
I got the pings on my Sports Center app. I didn't watch any of the games. Were all these people wearing masks?
Nope.
You're a frontline worker. You have one job. Well, you have several jobs, but the second on the list is to have your mask on.
It's like, I'm guessing those are the ones that already took the vaccine.
Oh,
double dosage. So they're gonna be like, let's test it out.
I'll let that slide. Okay, the frontline workers are the people that are going to be watching these shows. You think frontline workers are going to be the ones in attendance at WrestleMania?
Hell no.
In Florida, of all people?
Hell no.
Look, I'm going to leave the floor to you. Tell me something good that has come out of Florida.
Hard to figure that one out.
Just that silence hang in the air for a little bit. Florida, where people were out on the beach this time last year when the government was telling people that they were supposed to be quarantined. You remember that? Remember those pictures floating around?
Woo! Oh, no,
and then the next week, ¿qué pasó? You really look like a Texans fan. We did that. As a wrestling fan, would you spend money for 2 nights of WrestleMania?
No.
Would you spend money for 1 night of WrestleMania?
Yes.
Would you be butthurt if you picked the wrong night?
Yes.
I don't know how long you've been watching our shows, but I've had a pretty long, consistent rant about trying to get my refund for WrestleMania 25, and that was 1 night, and I didn't even have to go that far. It was here. I live here. Here.
For that one, I was actually there, and that one I actually got it for free because I won it off a radio station. So I was like, all right.
So there's no loss to you.
No loss for me.
Oh hell no! It was Abel, his girl at the time, David, me, and my ex-wife at the time. We were still dating. Yeah, that show. Like if you're a casual wrestling fan, you went ooh and ah for a lot of stuff. If you're a hardcore wrestling fan, you were like, ah, ah.
I think the only match I remember from that one is Sean Taker
Of
one.
course, who doesn't?
Other than that, I was like, what the fuck? It was more like a blur to me.
Oh man, yeah. Most of it's still a blur to me too. I think I remember Ricky Rourke punching out Jericho. The Hardys killing each other in the ladder match,
I think
and
that pop that Steamboat got,
oh, he could.
him going into the ring actually doing what he used to do. I was like, oh
Oh
shit,
yeah.
you got my attention.
Sidebar: I had fifth row ringside for the Raw after Mania at the Toyota
Toyota
Center
Center?
at the garage, and so that 10-man opening tag match with Steamboat. Oh man, I was losing my shit. Yeah, it's weird. I'm just that like it's just a flood of all these memories going on right now because it's Royal Rumble weekend and it's where last year was here.
Mhm.
Couple of years, 2017 was in San Antonio.
Y'all went to that one already.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 17 was my year. I had five. I did the big four that year, and Great Balls of Fire on the side, and
You went.
and three takeovers.
You went. You mean,
WWE got a lot of my money.
you mean you went to go see Testicles on Fire as a sign?
And for whatever reason, it didn't burn when I peed. So I went with it until I didn't have to anymore, or until the show was over. Either one. Um, but yeah, I think now with the Peacock app wanting, in desperation of content to justify their monthly, I wouldn't be surprised if there's fucking 16, 17, 18 pay-per-views a year now.
No,
WrestleMania being 2 nights. Um,
which is only going to be for this year's WrestleMania because from what the announcement that they did.
that could change too, though, because
That's
this
true.
year's was only supposed to be one night.
So is that going to change your mind on going to Dallas next year and LA the following year?
Yes, I would.
Hey.
That's man. See, this year's WrestleMania. Last year we knew they weren't gonna have nobody there.
Mhm.
This year is weird because it's gonna be almost like the PS5. Like you're gonna have to like keep your eyes open for long increments of time at a time to see if there's availability for tickets. Because if something's that scarce, regardless if there's a travel ban, then we can't have anybody from all the 146 different countries that WWE touts every year. That so many people come to WrestleMania.
Tout.
Just in just in the Americans, if they put 20,000 tickets for sale, those 20,000 are gone per night. They're gone. Like I didn't WrestleMania 34 tickets. Most of them, if not all of them, were sold out within the first like week. I didn't buy tickets until after they had already done their like run through in January or February and made sure that all the room they had was covered for all the lighting and shit. And it's like, oh well, we can open up these extra seats. And that's how I got in late after the fact for 34. Um, so it's hard to judge for a show in April when the tickets go on sale in November. And if you're shit out of luck in November, you're probably not gonna make it unless you're like paying double, triple, which I don't. I'm the antithesis of that. I don't do that. So, but if it's 2 nights, shit. I don't honestly. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could stomach Dallas that long. For LA though, I mean, like I've got a flight to LA planned in a couple of weeks. I don't need an excuse to go up there. You don't need an excuse to go up there either.
Hell no.
So being in LA for 4 or 5 days, I'm all about that. Man, I don't have to go to both nights of WrestleMania for it. Worst case scenario, I mean, the way things are now, I could probably trade somebody straight up one night for another if someone's interested in the other night instead. But it would be a lot more expensive than say a $40 ticket for Takeover the first night, $175 ticket for WrestleMania on the second night, as opposed to hey, we're gonna get you twice, motherfucker, $175 each night. Like, I don't know about all that for half a card. Because remember, WrestleMania was enough. I pay $150 for WrestleMania if it's my Wrestle Kingdom, and I know my ass is gonna be numb after the 6th hour, knowing there's 2 hours left. But if you're gonna charge that twice, so you can spread that show over 2 days, I don't know about all that.
That's you mentioned Wrestle Kingdom. That is the only pay per view that I would actually pay for the 2 nights.
Oh yeah.
If they continue.
Well, again, it's a 3. Well, for me, it's a 3-hour drive to Dallas. It is a 16-hour journey to Tokyo. So if you're going all the way out there,
make that shit work.
Might as well make it work, make it happen. Sell blood, sell semen, don't mix it together. You go to both nights, fucking, and New Year's Dash, all of it. You know,
they were the creators of the Raw after.
Oh man. So let's get it out of the way because we spent pretty much the first 15, 20 minutes talking about WWE. I'm asking you 2 questions. Who do you want to win the men's Royal Rumble? Mm-hmm. And then who do you think WWE will give the Royal Rumble to? So who do you want to win the Royal Rumble?
I want. Can that be a part A, part B?
Sure.
A, Nakamura.
Ooh.
B, Daniel Bryan. The reason why I say Nakamura is
recent face turn.
Yes.
His old music's back.
Yes. And if you want some type of build up to Mania, you already know the fans are going to be chanting his song. Oh. He's basically taking up the Jericho moniker of sing along to the theme song in WWE. You know? And Daniel Bryan is like, shit, we wanted this for how many years?
We've gotten it more than once.
But as a Rumble winner.
Oh, that's right. Ryan's never won the Rumble.
Yeah. And that spot we wanted him on.
Poor Mysterio.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that still brings a tear to my eye. I've never seen so many people boo a Mexican before. At least not near not away from the border.
Yeah.
I'm torn with your picks because WWE has an opportunity to be New Japan-ish and actually put some dream matches on the table. Mm-hmm. And Nakamura Bryan would definitely co-main event either of those nights. Yeah. Either of them. So I don't know if I want either of them winning. I'd mark the fuck out. It'd be a feather in the cap of Nakamura for a guy that, to have won it twice. You know, the first time it was cool because he had just showed up to the company. Well, he had just showed up to the main roster after being in NXT and being a signing from New Japan. Yeah. And then Bryan with the emotional attachment. But it's weird because I'm so jaded with the WWE product because I've been to so many events and I've seen so many shows and I've been let down so many times. Do you want to see Daniel Bryan lose to Roman Reigns at Mania? Because that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's that part. Because
do you want to see Nakamura lose to Roman? It won't be as bad as him losing to Jinder at SummerSlam, which I was at.
Oh. It'll be against the tribal chief, and this is a character that I kind of do like from Roman, so I don't mind him losing to that because he's not the corny Roman from a year ago.
Yeah,
bring some legitimacy and threat into it, you know. For me,
I'm gonna go storyline for the 2 that I want to see win. I said it when we did our end of the year. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, BLM, dude. Big E, give it to Big E. He could lose to Roman at Mania, put up a good front, or he could win it and Roman can take it back the next month. I'll be fine with it either way. There's some rumor on the dirt sheets on the internets with a Z that there's a pick that is scaring some bookers that they'll pull the trigger on.
And that's what my pick, I think, is going to be. That WWE will choose.
It's weird because if it's unexpected, the hook will be in my mouth long enough that I'll give it an honest chance. So I'm going to throw something out there that probably no one's going to agree with. But again, the key word is storyline. Yeah. You have a foundation for you to build it on. Because I was curious when it happened to Kofi. what if they fucking what if they fucking give it to Mustafa? Mustafa with retribution behind him against either fucking Goldberg or Drew McIntyre. Or The Miz. It'd be much more believable for Mustafa to take the belt from The Miz as opposed to him beating a guy like McIntyre head on or Goldberg.
But here's the thing, though, that storyline wise, isn't he already feuding with Kofi about the fact that he took his triumphant moment from him of what could have been?
Mm-hmm.
So, as much as that pick
have Kofi cost Mustafa the match at Mania, and run with Kofi and Mustafa, but having that
that's
again, and that's for I just shit on not wanting to pay $350 for 2 nights of WrestleMania. On the back end, it gives you a lot of room to breathe. Mustafa doesn't have to main event either night of WrestleMania. So you can have him win a Rumble and solidify his storyline as, oh, this is the guy that won the belt 3 years ago. That should have been me. But the company didn't give me any breaks like it gave Kofi breaks. So now I'm taking them and I'm having my team eliminate everyone else for me. I'm taking this Rumble victory. And who knows who might join the cause by the time I get to Mania. Just to have the New Day reunite. Again, the New Day reunite on pay-per-views.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that, but if Kofi would have gotten his hands back on the belt,
or he can still get his hands back on the belt.
If that would have happened, I would agree with you.
Because I think storyline wise, Raw needs a legitimate hook. The stuff on Raw is not getting my attention at all. I tried. It's Royal Rumble week. I tried to sit through 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. I couldn't. I fucking couldn't. I went back to like classic episodes of Unsolved Mysteries, Kitchen Nightmares. I forget the ethnicity of the guy, but if you watch the IT crowd, Adeoye, he has a travel show on the Travel Channel. That's on my. I'm watching so much shit. I try to watch Raw, and there isn't anything compelling enough for me to stick around for more than like 2 segments. They have to have something to make you tune in. What are they going to do this week? What are they going to do this week? What are they going to do next week? At least with Raw, there's at least 3 different storylines on Raw. Where I'm on SmackDown. There's these 3 different storylines on SmackDown where you're like, oh, I didn't think the Roman stuff was going to be this good. This Roman stuff is fucking good. The story with Daniel Bryan. Oh man, this stuff's getting good. The Nakamura stuff with Cesaro is like, oh, Cesaro might not be the face that you think he is, just because Nakamura's got his old team back. You know, we might, dude. You remember that best of 7 with Sheamus and Cesaro? Give me a best of 5 with Nakamura and Cesaro. You know, there's so much stuff, and it helps. And again, another fucking dead horse. It helps tremendously. The SmackDown's 2 hours, tremendously. Raw 3 hours. It just Who? I kind of know what your answer is, but I want you to tell them. Who do you think WWE gives a men's Rumble to? Let me answer this first. Brock. God damn it!
Hey, you almost had it.
I wasn't aiming, but you know that 3D. Put your glasses on.
Yeah.
Brock. Huh?
Yes. Star power. Character you haven't seen since when?
It's the last one. Now, you saw what my knee-jerk reaction was, and my elbow reaction was.
Yes.
But there is some intrigue there. Let's run with your theory. You got Lesnar winning the Rumble. Do you have him go against Drew? Or do you have him go against Heyman's new client?
And that's oh man. Redemption, you want to go with Drew. But if again, news with the Z, apparently Brock wants to be a face and start helping put people over, and that would be the perfect spot to raise Roman up. And I would honestly, for me now, I would go with Roman because you don't have the Roman that struggled to for people to the way that WWE was trying to shove them down our throats for those what 3 consecutive manias.
And Rumbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what better way right now to right now everybody loves his character.
And you know what
Finally
you
got
know what
him.
the best part about that scenario is that we've seen it before. Remember
Mm-hmm.
when?
What was it? Shit.
Let me help you out. You remember the feud with Brock and Angle, but Brock couldn't go through Angle until he went through Shelton Benjamin, until he went through Charlie Haas, until he went through the world's greatest tag team, Team Angle.
Oh yeah.
So if you throw Jimmy and Jay as mini bosses up to Roman, not necessarily kill them, but in a loss put them over. On the way to Roman,
Oh shit! I forgot about that. You took me back like what 2002,
2002,
2002,
2003, yeah.
Yeah.
And Angle was the smaller guy of the two, and he was the
Yeah.
heel. But he had Benjamin and Haas to do the dirty work for him. The foil that Brock Lesnar had. Oh, even Angle's twin brother at one point.
Yeah, I remember that.
So you
Back
can
when
do.
they
Oh,
used to chug
Roman's
freaking
about to
milk,
beat Jimmy.
right?
Roman's about to beat Jimmy, and he rolls in Jay.
Yep.
Build it up until Mania.
That would be That honestly, I think WWE might go with that.
And the MVP of the whole fucking thing would be Heyman. Just Heyman. I would want to see Heyman
Put in between them two. Pick.
because even again for all the repetition and redundance of the whole process of Lesnar's promos building up to his matches, Heyman building up his opponents, building up Lesnar's opponents, but then Lesnar being just that much better. But to see Heyman try to build up Brock in this stage of his character, and then build up the tables, the bloodline, it just seeing Brock get his hands on Heyman. That's another throwback. Ever since Heyman went with the Big Show,
Yeah, that's the one that I remember. I literally forgot about the Kurt Angle stuff because I remember the whole feud with Big Show.
At this point, I don't know if I want Brock and McIntyre again. I don't think it'll do either one of them any favors.
Mm-mm.
Hell, I don't want Brock against Goldberg if Goldberg beats Drew for the title, and we get Goldberg again. For everybody that shits on that idea, when you get 10 million views in less than 24 hours, WWE's on run with it. So,
do you think that this might be the day that, or this might be the year that they try to unify the title?
no.
Is it feasible for them?
Mm-mm.
Because again, you have a champion in SmackDown that is a must watch because obviously they're getting the numbers, and Raw's dwindling bad.
But then it'll make SmackDown irrelevant because after every pay per view, the champ's going to show up on Raw first, and that's when all the challenges will happen. I think we had that before. They can't. There's no sense in unifying the belts unless they unify the brands. And at that point, then your up and comers like Xavier Woods, like our friend Brennan, Gun. Not that I'm the biggest mark, but Jackson Riker's showing some strides with Elias. He's coming.
Yeah.
He's coming along pretty good. There's a lot of young talent. Fuck Retribution in general. That's you're not gonna.
They're actually beginning to go.
Yeah, if you're gonna be spending 3 segments on Raw and 2 segments on SmackDown on the same guy, that's gonna kill a lot of availability for other talents to try to get over on their own or have time for any of them to get over. You're picking Brock. Fuck.
They got another pick.
Who I think WWE will have win the Rumble. Ugh. I don't know why I'm getting a nasty taste out of my mouth when I say this, but since you already picked Brock, I'm gonna try to pick somebody that's out that wouldn't shock me. I'm gonna put some money on Edge.
Edge.
the comeback story again. The guy that's been in 4 decades of WWE Rumbles. You know, the only thing with that is I don't know if WWE would have that kind of trust in him physically lasting. You know,
You
he
think
came back for two. He came back from retirement. He came back at the Rumble, and then he had his match at WrestleMania. And then by his third match, he already hurt himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think it?
fuck it. I'm going Brock. I hate to say it, but it's Brock. But do you have opportunities there to make me change my mind?
Yeah, fuck it. They go. WWE goes for their safe pick. Bring out somebody that was not at WrestleMania last year.
Oh no, you're not help me out here.
Triple H.
Oh, oh well.
He's been out of the screen for a year.
So since Triple H already tried to put over Roman at the WrestleMania in Dallas, so Triple H against McIntyre.
The chosen one.
You have time to make that work. You do have time to make
Story
that work.
wise, you can have Triple H be like, I'm the fucking standard bearer now.
I'm the
Taker's
yardstick.
out, I'm the
Yeah.
yardstick. And then,
I'm the last remnant of the Attitude Era. You youngins aren't going to get over until you get past me. Huh. That's interesting. I would not be at I wouldn't be mad at Triple H winning. Well, I take that back.
he won it already. But twice.
Twice, so that would make him a 3-time winner. Him and Austin to be the only guys to win it 3 times. I don't know if I would want to put Triple H in that category. But then again, if you want Triple H versus McIntyre, you don't necessarily need Triple H winning the Rumble to have that match. You can tell the story just fine. If you have McIntyre beat Goldberg and then make just one comment about how people from that era, you've had your time. It's time to let the youngins take over, and then have Triple H be offended by that.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah. I'm going with Brock. Fuck.
Okay, thinking about that comment that they made, that is a scary pick that's starting to get to be considered. On that WrestleMania promo, the announcement of LA, Dallas, and Tampa this year. Cena was on it. You have 3 people that we're all afraid of. One of them is Brock, the other one's Goldberg, and Cena.
I'm not afraid of Cena no more.
Shit.
I know.
But then again, we can't see him, so it's like,
his return as a Dr. Thugonomics 2 years ago. His performance, against Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania last year. I don't mind Cena winning.
under what character though? Do you think story wise, I would just make it up of he got put down, he comes back, but he comes back and not knowing which one of his phases comes in.
Why not just have him come out as himself?
Hollywood Cena.
Oh, Hollywood Cena. Hollywood Hogan, Hollywood Rock, Hollywood Cena. Wow, that'd be interesting. Cena stuff doesn't scare me anymore. It's weird. Like again, being the jaded part, maybe it's the whole pandemic or the presentation, but there isn't a lot of things that worry me because there's time to fix them. You know, we have Fastlane coming up. They're apparently bringing back Armageddon, so you have time to make things work. So it doesn't. So you don't really have to stick to anything. I think the one thing that's like stabbing at my craw a little bit is the Miz. They faked the cash in. They went to court. He has the briefcase back.
Yeah.
And he's. What do you do with him?
Do you wait for another WrestleMania cash in? or do you pull the trigger at Armageddon for him to go in as a champion?
Cashes in at Armageddon, has to defend the title at Fastlane, and loses it, and that's it. He has a title. I don't know. That,
That's a big question.
and here's
mark.
the other thing. I don't want to be Swerve McGillicuddy here, but they're focusing so much on him in this feud with McIntyre and Goldberg. A part of me wants to say, what if he goes to SmackDown and just like snatches it from Roman? But it wouldn't make any sense whatsoever, and it would. I don't know if it would kill any momentum that Roman's has right now.
He would. Honestly, if there's something gonna happen, shenanigans, I prefer it on Raw. Keep it away from SmackDown.
Crazy hypothetical. What if the Miz takes it from Finn Balor?
Huh. Well, we did see.
You could have the Miz every week on the same network that has his show put over NXT. NXT, all the NXT talent complaining about how they're the better brand, and the Miz comes in with the money in the bank, takes it from Balor, feuds with Champa, feuds with feed Miz to Killer Cross. And the Miz goes off and back to his own planet or whatever.
Oh my god. I don't know. I think that's too much for him to even go down to NXT.
You see, and again, that's part of the perception. The way you just said that,
Yeah.
you're not going down to NXT. NXT's on the same network, is on the same show as Raw on the same time. They're on even equal footing. It just is the perception that you give to the audience of how valuable NXT really is. So while people still say what you just said, NXT won't be taken as seriously to the point that they're going to continue to keep losing on Wednesdays to the other brand. But if you have a guy like Miz down there talking crap, if you have the Miz with Morrison down there being the Floyd Mayweather, the Conor McGregor, the heel that you just want to see somebody beat him up so much you want to pay for it. Mm-hmm. And somehow Morrison helps Miz squeak out. Mm-hmm. Just to end it with Morrison taking the NXT title from the Miz.
There's a little bit of attention with him. Mm-hmm.
All right, wake up because you're not supposed to take that seriously.
Yeah.
We're gonna play
hypotheticals.
We're gonna play this game again. Who do you want to see win the Women's Royal Rumble? Who does you think WWE will give the Women's Royal Rumble to?
Honestly, who I want Bayley. I know, crazy pick, but think about it.
I haven't been watching enough SmackDown. What is Bayley doing on a consistent basis?
Bayley is making shit work.
Tell me, fill me in, persuade me.
They gave her this type of segment. You know how Bliss had her table talk or whatever.
Moment of bliss, fool. It's not even been a whole year. You're
well, Bayley has this whole ding dong door that makes competitors go and fucking just knock on the door, and that's it. And she made that shit entertaining with Bianca Belair, making her look stupid somewhat. So having her as a heel Bayley, having to flaunt that, hey, I took all of y'all out. I would love to see that shit. Just how much of a smack talk she could go up.
If you're gonna embellish that, you have to do it. You have to go all the way to 11. If you're gonna sell me on Bayley being that kind of like shitty heel, I want to see Bayley win the Rumble without eliminating anybody.
Now you got me thinking, how do you do that? Just go in and pull a hornswoggle?
No, just have three people, and two of them something happens, and the two of them throw each other out, and Bailey's the last one. She don't eliminate nobody. Not even.
That would be entertaining. Just to see that.
I it's weird. I haven't detoured from either of my picks from either of my predictions from earlier in the year. The fact that we're doing two nights of WrestleMania again, that show needs to have an element of NXT shine on it. I want Rhea Ripley to win it. And you can come up with so much stuff between now and Fastlane that since Asuka and Charlotte are the tag team champions, but Charlotte is not helping Asuka with the Bliss stuff, and Asuka's not helping Charlotte with the
Lacey.
with the Lacey stuff. You can have the divide they they take each other out, and Charlotte takes the belt, the women's belt from Asuka,
The rematch.
and then rematch for Mania. You took my belt last year. This year, I'm taking your belt,
That would be a good story.
and that would be Rhea's official. Like, I don't want to say official because she was on on Raw for a little bit. But if that's her call up to the main roster, that's her like official debut. Is her beating Charlotte?
That would be nice because the whole NXT story of her is that brought her down. That broke her.
Yeah,
And
she needs redemption.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be a great. Yeah,
yeah.
but that's what you would want.
That's what I would want. Either that or again, I don't know why I'm on this thread, but and I'm not saying she necessarily wins. Doesn't matter if she goes up with Asuka or with um, Sasha. Well, maybe you could do a story. Bianca Belair. Bianca's
yeah.
teaming with Sasha. She's in these tag team matches. Oh, now suddenly I can't really trust you because even though we're on the same team, you want what I have and you have a date with me for what I have.
Yeah,
And you can really implode that pretty quickly. And I don't know. And through 2020, I think that I don't want to throw people off here, so I'm gonna try to say this a little bit slower. Bailey was a better heel and is a better heel than Sasha's being a face.
yes,
Bailey's heel work is 10 times better than Sasha's face work because Sasha's face work is basically the same stuff that she's been doing forever. There's no change in her character. If I were to show you a match from 3 years ago, you wouldn't know the difference between Sasha 3 years ago and Sasha now. Bailey, the presentation, the aura, the delivery, all that's completely different from Bailey. So I'd have Bianca take Sasha out and then slowly turn Sasha into a heel again, but then separate them. Like, don't have just because Bailey and Sasha are both evil, don't have them team up. Then just spread them out and have them do their own thing.
yeah.
But I would want either Rhea or Bianca. I guess it's been happening the last couple of years, but I'm looking for like the next generation to step up. That's why I'm picking Big E, Mustafa, Rhea, and Bianca. As far as who I think WWE will give it to, as far as the women go, dude, I honestly have no idea.
I hope you know what my prediction was at the beginning of the year. Ronda.
Okay,
Hate me if you want to, but you know that's Vince's thing.
the Lesnar stuff is easy. You have some outlets there to make it interesting.
Mhm.
Where would you stick Ronda? Do you have her beat Sasha? You have Ronda lose to Sasha?
No.
You have Ronda beat Asuka?
No.
You have Ronda beat Charlotte?
Ronda beats Becky. Becky gave birth already.
Where's this Becky coming from?
You know she's gonna come back. And you know Vince has to have that blowout. Because why? Vince contracted Ronda for 3 years and only cashed in on one. The contract ends up this year. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna throw another curveball out there. Ronda's been gone for a while. she's gonna need some seasoning, I would think.
Shayna Baszler.
Why not have Ronda versus Io?
Ooh. Oh, that was
You want
nice.
matches that'll get people talking, not people complaining. Ronda versus Io for the NXT strap, first time ever, with someone that, and I'm not trying to say this as a negative of the girls that can't lead a match, but you can point out some bad Charlotte matches even recently.
Oh hell yeah.
You can point out some bad Bailey matches or bad Sasha matches recently. Give me a bad Io match that's happened recently.
Hell no, there ain't none.
Yeah, and it would get a lot of people talking. A lot of people talking.
Damn, I could jump on that one.
Ronda. Yeah, the women I have no idea, none, and it sucks because the travel restrictions. I would want to see. I really want to see Kaylee Ray in there. I really want to see Zaya Brookside in there. I really want to see Piper Niven in there. I really want to see Walter in the men's. I really want to see A Kid. I want to see Dragunov in the Rumble.
I want to see Dragunov in there.
I want to. Oh, yeah.
They face off him and Walter. Just chalk fest.
Scott sent me a TikTok, and it was like this 30-second amalgamation of nothing but Walter just. Oh my god, man! I had a friend. I had a friend that I met, and like it's like I don't watch wrestling now. I remember watching wrestling when it was real, and.
Let me show you a little bit of something.
So I sent a 4-minute review WWE highlight clip of Walter versus Dragunov.
Is this good enough?
I didn't hear any rebuttal after that, and that happened last year. And it's funny. Like I don't want to watch it myself like anymore, but it's great ammunition for anybody that says. WWE, you mean that fake shit? Oh, let me show you what a Walter is. Oh, you can't pronounce his name. It's a W, stupid. Yeah. Oh man.
Oh man.
Are you excited to see Reigns and Owens again?
Actually, they have a good build-up, so it's under consideration.
Give me an anticipation level.
I give it a 7, and that's high.
I'm at a 5. Because Owens isn't winning this. And what do you do with Owens after this?
That's the thing.
Am I supposed to not care about that? Should I just enjoy the match for what it is and not be too hung up?
Honestly, if you're gonna put down Owens, just give him what he wants. Send him back to NXT. That's what he's been wanting for years. Well, for the last 2 years.
Ooh, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan. I mean.
I prefer Brian Nakamura on Mania. If my picks don't happen. Which they won't, but.
God, see, if WWE would have planned this, how fucking awesome would the Dusty Club have been if you reunited Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? Have them in the finals against MSK. Or have them in the finals against the Grizzled Young Vets. Or have them in the finals against Cole and Strong. Oh. We can't have nice things.
No.
It's obvious Reigns is winning. Right?
Did you ever hear anything about the application you meant as a writer?
No. I'm gonna reapply once this man gets that COVID. But until then, I'm just gonna assume that I'm too good.
Start forward.
Or
start forward into Triple H.
Paul, Mr. Levesque. Or should I start forwarding my resume to AEW? Maybe Tully will give it a look.
Hey. You'll probably get a better shot at MLW.
Sí, señor. Deja tu resume in Escapade 2000, and we'll look it over.
Oh man.
Damn. All right, fucking elephant in the room. Goldberg's back. He pushes McIntyre on his ass. We got Goldberg and fucking McIntyre at the Rumble, and the Miz is trying to like finagle his way somewhere around there. Where are you at? Anticipation.
I got it at 4. And all 4 points are for the Miz doing
Oh my
shenanigans.
god!
For real. Literally, I don't understand why. Why are they putting McIntyre through this? Especially with that sour taste that Goldberg left us last year. What is he doing? Doing the Undertaker thing? And, oh, I want one last match that's gonna put me out there.
What did he do? What did he do last year that soured you?
Took the title away from Bray.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but he gave it to Braun, which was
Yes.
supposed to be Roman,
Yes.
but it wanted to be in Braun.
And what did Braun do?
He gave it back to Bray. The circle of life. Samsara. Birth is pain, life is pain, death is pain. Death. Bray got the belt back. It's fine. It's all the same.
But did you need to do that?
If you want to take a couple of minutes to talk about it, yeah. Bray, yeah, they needed to do that.
With Goldberg.
You're focusing on the wrong side of the coin here. You're looking at heads. I'm looking at tails.
You
You need-
who doesn't look at tails?
Well, I'm over tits guy.
Wrong coin.
Is my coin braille? Or it's really cold. So you're focusing on Goldberg. I'm focusing on. It's been 3 years. You put enough hype around him. You had to give him a shot to see if he could sink or swim. And I'm talking about Braun with a main title, and I would say it was a somewhere in between success and a failure because the propaganda was working. He had his own interests. He had to freaking train. He had the gimmick where he went around the ring. If we were in front of a live before pandemic live audiences, people were all about that.
Yeah.
Some of Braun's matches were okay. They weren't show stealing, but I mean, are you expecting a Tokyo Dome match out of Braun Strowman?
No.
It had to have been done at the expense of Goldberg, but and part of that was timing again because Roman wasn't there. But
Well, now that
Goldberg versus McIntyre, 7 minutes. Goldberg's only going to do 2 moves like 7 times, and hopefully McIntyre beats him.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I don't know what you do with Goldberg if he wins the title. You know what? If Goldberg wins the title, I want the Miz to take it from him.
that would be good.
That same night, Goldberg
Cash in right there.
cashes it in right on Bill.
That would
Oh,
be nice.
this is the legend that we're speaking about, that the undefeated streak. I beat the guy in 10 seconds. Why is he here? Why is he taking up my time?
That would
Miz could give you the promo that Goldberg should be mad at. The promo that McIntyre never gave because they went so long on that match that McIntyre couldn't even cut the fucking promo.
Yep.
The music hit now with Goldberg. I heard what you said. I didn't say shit. Boom, it falls on his ass. Like, what the fuck is that?
You read my mind.
God damn. All you WCW people, you take Bret Hart's conscience from his head, now you can read people's minds. God damn. Let me Claymore the hell out of somebody's head so that I can start doing ESPN.
Oh man.
I'm at a 5 for this match too, mostly because now I built myself up to a 5. I was at like a 3 or 2. But Goldberg out spearing McIntyre, and then the Miz just coming in with the fucking beat him with the fucking roll up. Okay. Dude, the Miz will be intolerable on the mic. The promo that I just cut again. Why doesn't WWE want me on the The Miz can beat Goldberg in under 10 seconds and then come on Raw the next night, and every wrestling fan will love him and hate him at the same time.
That's what I was about to say. Like that would turn the Miz face.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I have Goldberg. I have Goldberg beating McIntyre just so that the Miz can cash in on him in like record time.
I'll join you on that. Just because
Yeah.
I hope it happens. It
Uh,
sucks on McIntyre's aspect, but this will be a great way to put Goldberg away.
So after what happened on Monday, I'm gonna just assume. What's your anticipation level for Matt Riddle against Bobby Lashley for the U.S. title?
It's a tough one. I want to lean higher, but I think it's a 5 right now.
Ooh, wasn't your Hurt Business your stable of 2020?
Yes, but the dumb things they're doing with Matt Riddle. Because I believe Bobby Lashley could be a beast. Hell, I love this run in TNA
Oh yeah,
when he
boss.
was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then with team top team. Oh.
Yep. But this
Yeah.
whole thing about him, like the last dumb thing that I saw, him stomping the floor.
On the wrong foot.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
somebody must have been high there
So-
in that one.
So booking is kind of ruining this for me because, again, I'm that guy. You're gonna put two former MMA athletes in front of me on a wrestling ring. I'll give you a 10 for that. But it started devaluing last Monday when Riddle beat Benjamin, and then Riddle beat MVP, and then Riddle beat Alexander. You just spent 6 months putting the Hurt Business up here just to have one guy bring them down to like here.
Yeah.
I hated that. You could have at least had fucking like Lashley been like, enough children, no more fighting. I'm gonna show you how it's done. Just by DQ, just like ring them out with the fucking Hurt Lock, like he did after the match. You know?
Yeah.
He didn't have to give Riddle those 3 wins in a row. And it's weird because I'm kind of liking Riddle's like almost tribute to RVD kind of promos. Because Riddle's like, he don't give a shit. He's just back there. That fucking promo he had with R-Truth, Zier the GOAT, and they both went, ah. Oh my god. Dude. I sat through 2 hours and 58 minutes of horseshit
And that was your
for those
highlight.
30 seconds, that 30-second diamond of R-Truth just being R-Truth and Matt Riddle actually, for as dumb as that segment was, if you were to tell me Vince McMahon told him to do that, I would say you're lying. That's Matt Riddle at the bar. That's Matt Riddle at the gym. That's Matt Riddle on the couch. That's him.
Yeah.
And people being themselves is what will get people over. And more of that, you know. Was it in December or November? I think it was December when Riddle broke MVP.
Oh my god.
MVP's like, I'm not your bro. And then Matt goes, "Aw." And then he feel like he went through it. He's like mid sentence, he had to stop and just be like, "Oh my fucking god, dude!" and it's just because his promos with Pete Dunne in NXT, his promos with Timothy Thatcher, his promos being by himself, his promos against Cassius Ohno, that was him.
Yeah.
That wasn't, and again, because NXT, you didn't have that pressure of here's ABC, read what I tell you. It's go out there and get yourself over, because that's what Triple H says you do.
Territory.
And if Vince McMahon's back there, is like, Vince McMahon's not watching this segment, I'm gonna just let loose.
No, give me Riddle and R-Truth as a tag team.
Oh no!
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I can see R-Truth at the top of the ladder screaming at Matt. Hey Matt, I can get high too.
Okay,
What's up?
Have R-Truth come out of the rumble, bring another ladder with him, and that Riddle on top of it, like, bro.
Our Truth tries to kick off the shoes and then he gets disappointed because he's still wearing them. God damn it, man. So far, as I know, again, SmackDown's happening tomorrow. They could add some last minute stuff. That's what we got going on so far for the Rumble. 5 matches.
we had one viewer come in and out. It was JoJo.
What's up, man?
They put Punk wins.
If the laptop wasn't so far away, I'd block him right now. Fuck.
Now, just we would laugh it off, of course, but
For the sake of JoJo watching the show tonight, let's give this a minute.
and here's why.
Oh no.
They are now they are bringing backstage for
One night only, one night only, one night only.
yes,
Renee Young, Booker T, and Paige?
I believe so. There's a fourth co-host there,
Oh, here we go.
and they are announcing a number 30 spot.
Oh God.
We don't know whether it would be a woman or man. So yeah,
Or both?
Santino.
Oh.
So yeah, that's why we entertained your response.
It's not like Vince is hard up on money.
No, of course.
If that's what Punk covets.
And that's what Punk said. Shit ton of money. And a good storyline, which he could finally get his Mania moment.
You mean he didn't have it against Jericho?
No.
He didn't have it against Undertaker?
No. His Mania moment means top of the card. Give him night 1 and put the best one on night 2.
Whoa.
Talk about the loophole there.
God damn it, Bobby. So, okay, we're going to... God damn it, if Abel were here, he'd lose the rest of his hair. But for argument's sake, I'm going to entertain this thought. But we ain't got much to talk about tonight anyway. A returning superstar coming in and winning the Royal Rumble. It's hard to do a great storyline when that's all you have. So who would his frustration be against? Would it be against Vince? Would it be against Triple H? Would it be against Goldberg? Because Goldberg thinks this generation's soft and CM Punk's like, you know what? No. CM Punk against Roman?
They've had that match already.
You wouldn't spend WWE would not spend all that money to have Punk versus Balor.
Honestly,
Oh my God, Punk versus Balor.
here's my thought now.
There's no way in hell they would ever even flirt with the idea of Punk versus Walter.
Oh hell no! Punk wouldn't even be up for that one. Here's the idea that I have.
Oh, here we go. Give it to me. Give it to them. You're selling them. What? You pay Punk money. He wins the Rumble. The next night on Raw. I'm assuming you're saying the next night on Raw. What are we doing with Punk?
Why don't you, just like you said, you want Goldberg to win. Why don't you delay the briefcase and have Punk and Goldberg go at it? And right before, if you want to stick it to Punk, take his moment away. Right before Mania.
I don't know, man. God. I think in this point of the career, I think where WWE is at now, I don't know what's in the guy's head, but it all depends on what his priorities are. if he just wants to prove to Vince McMahon how much of a commodity he is, and he wants Brock Lesnar money for Brock Lesnar dates, or wants Goldberg money for Goldberg dates, I would not have him in any kind of storyline whatsoever. I would have him in that Wrestle Kingdom spot. I would want to have Punk versus AJ Styles. I would want to have Punk versus Adam Cole. I would have, and to be honest, out of respect, I would have Punk versus Samoa Joe in Samoa Joe's retirement match as his farewell and back to the commentator booth. And just, dude, that's, oh my God. Again, WWE, why don't you want to hire me?
Why?
You can make it so easy. Samoa Joe couldn't win the title in the main roster. Samoa Joe can't even cut it on commentary. You can have Punk shows tell Samoa Joe that he's better at him in everything that Samoa Joe has ever done in WWE. And that's his farewell. Have Punk versus Joe.
I would agree with you on that, but why have Samoa Joe retire?
Here, because WWE's not going to put him in the ring again. Same thing with Nigel McGuinness. They're not going to have these guys in the ring anymore because they're concussion prone or they're injury prone. They don't want to have that. They don't want to have that on them, especially with it. There's been more wrestlers dying in the ring in the past 10 years than there has been probably ever in wrestling. And when I mean dying in the ring, like actual wrestling, not overdoses, car accidents, suicides, acts of nature, whatever. I'm talking about physically in the ring. I don't think WWE wants that on their hands. They don't want to have Samoa Joe have a concussion and like he's done right there. He's done. You know, I don't think they want that. So I would have one more match and it would be against Punk. But it's weird now because again, Vince McMahon's always had he has always had the fixation of the old mentality, 70s, 80s wrestler archetype, big, tall, built, beef. You see Drew McIntyre, you see Brock Lesnar, you see Goldberg, you see Roman Reigns, and then you see Punk. Yeah. In the main roster, Punk won't cut it. You do, if Punk were to do to the roster in NXT what Paul Heyman did to Punk when Punk first got there would be no Wednesday Night War. NXT would destroy AEW. Promo class, timing a match, looking at the hard cam, knowing when to go home. All the actual in ring fundamentals. Doesn't matter if you're still flippy dippy or if you're still doing what you're doing, but the
time limits.
Oh God,
that would be
I honestly, as even now, like if Punk never shows up on my TV again as a pro wrestler, I'm fine with that. But if he goes to if he gets paid serious money to be an agent and to just travel every other week to the performance center and just show the guys, you know, oh, but that nah,
it won't happen.
That's not
fantasy booking.
No, you're not spending all that for somebody behind the scenes, especially right now. And that's it. So is that it? Like, is that the Punk talk for this year?
Yes.
Can we do that? Can we do that?
Yes.
You know?
Let's see. Surprises or some shit like
that. My match of the week pick is Poirier versus McGregor. Because that's what it feels like watching 3 hours of Raw.
Not the Bernie Sanders thing?
No. I keep the heat on. I don't need mittens. Last night's fucking match with Dark Order and the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers.
That was entertaining for me.
I would have never thought in 2019, this time in 2019, that I would be not only cheering for the Dark Order, but wanting them on my television. And after last night, fuck, dude. Did you see Silver stand up to Gal?
Oh, man.
Oh, Johnny Hungy. Commentators put. Oh man, that was fun.
The way they showed him off, taking all four of them in that sprint melee.
Yeah,
dude, that combination, man, of Silver doing a suplex, I think, And
No,
Reynolds
the
do it.
combination that ends in like into like the heel kick into like the super kick into the suplex into Reynolds jumping over and cradling him in the cover. Fuck.
No, before that, it was I think it was the super kick to a suplex, and then Evil Uno grabs him for the move with
Oh,
Stu
for the
Grayson.
fatality.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was like, I even showed that to my wife. I was like, check this out. That shit looks badass, and she's like, yeah. You know,
I searched the soy that got none of that. That feels good.
Man. Nah.
Shauna looked good. I'll go back a couple of weeks. That fucking TNT title match with Darby Allin and Brian Cage, where Allin went through that table, where he like got a first class trip to that table.
Yeah.
And they told the story pretty good on that match.
But that was a good big man versus small man story there.
That's yeah. Dude, I'm running low on match of the week picks.
Jungle Boy versus Dax.
Okay, so when I finished watching that match, the first thought I had was, is it better than Ibushi White?
Oh hell.
But the reason I thought that was because for a split second,
you had it up there.
Yeah, I had it up there. That
Wow.
the story was fucking good, dude. Everyone played their role. Fucking Luchasaurus keeping them back, and then Cash trying to reach out like, "I'll help you." Oh wait, fuck, and it was good. I have one nit to pick. One,
Pick it.
and I think this is with AEW in general, because they say it often enough that it's kind of seared in my head, and they've only done it once. I think they've only done it once. That match should have gone to a 20-minute draw. Leave that open ended. The way as cool as the finish was, and having Dax tap out that quick once he got that stretch muffler or whatever STO or whatever version that Jungle Boy calls it, you didn't have to give that up now. You could have saved that. So you could have had the 20-minute time limit draw, and instead of everybody fighting, just have everybody look at Jungle Boy like, what the fuck? Like even Luchasaurus step up like everybody's like, oh fuck. This is the same guy that went on a 10-minute draw with Chris Jericho.
Yes.
And now he went 20 minutes with Dax, and you can't beat this kid. That would have put over Jungle Boy 10 times more than having him tap Jax Hardwood out. Everything in that match from A to Y was beautiful. Just Z. You just was if they had Z down, I would probably spend the next 3 minutes trying to convince you that it was as good, if not better, than Ibushi White. But that was the only nit to pick. That match, and for a television match, that was fucking good. I tuned in late, so I missed the one match that I really wanted to see, Archer and Kingston. How was that?
That was hard hitting, but it was a great storytelling though. The fact that Kingston played it out of, no, this is gonna be man to man, singles, and for Lance to even be like, hey, telling Jake, stay back. You know what? We're gonna handle this. To come at the very end, you have Butcher and Blade dragging Jake the Snake.
Oh no, I missed that.
Yeah,
I have to go back and watch it.
It's actually pretty good. It's a really good story right there. But damn, fucking Kingston is a good storyteller.
Oh yeah. I would have loved to have spent time to talk about Mil Muertes beating a shit ton of jobbers in the last couple of episodes of MLW, but goddamn, the combination of that shitty quinceanera place and the first match Mil Muertes had against some random jobber, he was shuffling a lot. Like it looked like he had a lot of rust on him.
Yes, he does.
It looked it. Like it just, yeah.
Because I don't even think he's even competing as his other personality in CMLL or AAA, whichever one it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that at all. Uh, Speaking of which, New Japan.
Ooh.
There's not a lot, but there's enough. Satoshi Kojima against Will Osprey, 1-on-1.
Ooh. Osprey's reign of what's it called? Snobbiness.
Mm-hmm. Douchebaggery.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm at a 7.
I got that.
I need more of Kojima. I'm still asking myself, what's a Satoshi Kojima? I haven't had that. I haven't had that. There's matches where like you open up your eyes. After Nakamura, I opened my eyes on Ibushi. After Ibushi, I opened up my eye because of Ibushi. I opened up my eyes to Tai Chi. I need that match that opens me up to
Yes.
Satoshi Kojima. I don't know what a Satoshi Kojima is yet, but if you're doing it with Osprey, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. So I'm watching this. I'm at a 7. I obviously have Osprey winning. If he lost at Wrestle Kingdom, he needs some wins on the back end to solidify that group, especially if he's gonna get a rematch later on. So I've got Osprey winning.
I got a 7 too. And I got Osprey winning. This would be a great position to see if Osprey could handle that. Start making aspect that they want of their heavyweights.
Yeah, especially with the younger class, because it's him, Ibushi, Jay White. Those three right now.
Their new version of the Three Musketeers.
Yeah. Speaking of the old one, Tanahashi against Takagi.
Takagi, please break him and put him to sleep already.
Oh. Is this that time of the year where the youngin puts Tanahashi out for a while and then he comes back like around July or August and restart that feud? Jay White did that already. Somebody else did that a couple years ago. También, I forget.
Put him out and bring him back for G1.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be good.
I'm at a 9.
Hey, yeah.
I'm at a 9 because I maybe it's because of my fault. Maybe if it's just timing. If it's happened, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Tanahashi in like the hard hitting matches. I haven't seen Tanahashi against Ishii. I haven't seen Tanahashi against Suzuki. I haven't seen Tanahashi against Jeff Cobb. So having seen Tanahashi against a guy that'll bring it like Takagi, I'm curious to see how much that body will take.
Tanahashi's last brutal beating that I remember seeing was back when Nakamura was there. And that's when Nakamura was bringing in that MMA aspect
Mm-hmm.
and started getting the flamboyant out there and everything. But it was during their battles.
Was that for the Intercontinental title?
Yes, and those are hard hitting matches back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, that'll probably be the last person that took Tanahashi to the limit when it comes to strong
Physically.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Takagi right now, oh man,
Yeah, I'm at a 9. I don't know I think the fact that I haven't seen Tanahashi against the hard hitters keeping me from a 10. But I've got, and I'm gonna throw it out there. I've got Takagi winning.
oh I got that too. I got that at 9. For me,
For the never open weight title. So Takagi's probably gonna do everything he can to try to keep that belt, other than cheat, which is
Yeah.
weird because I'm not used to Ingo Bernabas being straight and narrow.
yeah, that's true. Bring some shenanigans from Red.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
There's some 6-mans and some other tag matches, but those two are the matches that stood out to me. Those are probably going to be the 2 matches that I'm definitely going to watch out of the entire show.
After that, it would be when New Genesis.
There's a new beginning in.
Is this the
Sakura?
road to New Beginning?
No, this is new beginnings in.
Naporo.
No, the other one. Negata. This is the this is the first one. This isn't a road to. This is the show. But I'm looking forward. I get to wake up Saturday and that's already going to be there. So fuck it, I'm going to watch that. Or I might just try to watch that somewhere before the Rumble. Beach Break is happening this coming Wednesday. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about this week's Dynamite coming up?
That promo from Moxley.
Yeah,
When it comes to the elite. And oh, that promo kind of caught my attention, but the one that furthered it was Pox.
Yeah.
Pac's more mental breakdown of being a real bastard
Mm-hmm.
is getting shown up, and I like it.
That's going to be a big combustible too because I don't think Moxley mentioned Pac or Phoenix in his promo, and Pac didn't mention Moxley at all in his promo, even though he mentioned about family because Pence and Phoenix and the triangle against Omega and the Bullet Club. I'm not sure if they're going to get, but before the match is over, I'm not sure if they're going to completely get along. And I think I'm worried more about Pac and Moxley because Phoenix and Moxley, there's something there. I can tell there's a respect factor there,
Yeah.
but Pac's going to be that odd man out. I think. Where are you at for the 6 man?
I got it at an 8. One that's intriguing, and the other aspect I want to see what they're gonna go with the whole Bullet Club because it just so happened that Kenta's here in the States, and there's been shots taken from both sides. So that's the
Moxley's been bringing up the road to all wrestling, Japan, America. Everything goes to me. Ooh.
That's my fantasy dangling and the carrot on me for that.
That Kenta interferes somehow.
Yes.
I'm at an 8 for this match. I would be higher, but apparently it wasn't enough to get me to watch Impact. So Omega and the Good Brothers aren't for whatever reason they aren't doing it for me. It's the other side. It's Moxley. It's Phoenix. It's Pac. I've got the Good Brothers eking it out. Omega and the Good Brothers to keep the feud going. I'm smelling a rematch at Revolution between Moxley and Omega for the title, and I think something's gonna happen. But that's in March. I'm not sure if I'm really looking forward to an AEW pay per view on Sunday. I thought they had the right idea doing Saturday nights, but the night that they had scheduled, Paul Ryan or some dude.
There's a boxing
match going on that night with like some YouTube star or whatever, and they didn't want to conflict with the buys or whatever.
Was it that one or is it the Ryan Pacquiao match?
No, it's not that one.
Okay.
It's not the Pacquiao match. It's the other one. I am gonna just spoiler alert. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa.
Oh, I'll join you.
Yes.
The story there, COVID kind of delayed it a little bit, but
man. I think COVID made it better because the full Thunder Rosa cut at her home came out all right. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. If you have them facing off every week, back and forth, it kind of dilutes it. So having them separated for that long. So when Thunder Rosa came out last Wednesday, oh man, I was ready for that shit. Dude, Britt Baker's coming around. Her work all around, man, has been a whole lot better. And her match with Shauna was great. Shauna in that BBC outfit. That Goku. I'm at a 10 for that. I honestly, I don't care who wins. I just want to see them fight.
It's a great build up that they've been having for the last couple of months.
Yeah. The waiting room promos have been funny. I'm ready for it, dude. Fuck it, Thunder Rosa. I got Thunder Rosa winning.
I got Brett.
Ooh.
I'll go against you on that one.
All right, we'll have to revisit this from the next episode and see who got it right. Something else has got my attention.
The tag team.
Mm-hmm.
That little comment they made. You
don't want to talk about carrots that are dangling in front of you. They're building up a story on television that the Young Bucks, that SCU want one more shot at the Young Bucks, and if SCU doesn't do it, they'll break up. But as soon as fucking Young Bucks said that they're in it, and if they win it, they get to pick anyone, and they turn to Anderson and Gallows, I want Young Bucks against Anderson and Gallows. It's that obvious.
Which is weird because SCU is not, from the promo picture of the tag teams, I don't think SCU is even on there. So that was my biggest thing. I was like, wait, there's a tag team in here.
Say the Young Bucks aren't in it. Who would you want to see win?
private party. Just because of the way the momentum Matt Hardy's going into it.
Yeah, but the Young Bucks, you don't know if their faces are heels because they're conflicted with with the Good Brothers and Kenny doing their douchebaggery, and now Private Party are also heels because they're now under Big Money Matt. I don't know how that would work. I don't story
Legitimacy.
wise, yeah. I
Other than them,
story.
who?
Oh man,
Oh, would you put Jericho and MJF because they're in that tag team thing? They're the ones representing the inner circle.
nah, nah. You throw an out there pick. I'm gonna throw an out there pick just because I think they deserve the rub. Varsity Blondes.
I've actually been
Griff
kind
and Pillman last Wednesday looked better than I think either of them ever have,
yeah.
and it helped that they were in the ring with Jericho. But they looked really good. They looked really good, and I'm thinking like there's still tension with MJF and Sammy, and I think Sammy's gonna cost MJF the win for the team. Oh, I fucking loved it, dude. They're all out there, and then fucking when Garrison's beating the shit out of fucking MJF. Everybody in their circles like bitching out Griff. Sammy's just oh, Sammy's just there eating all that shit up. I'm I just want to fast forward to MJF versus Sammy. That's gonna be fun. God damn.
My thing whenever I see Griff Garrison on my screen, I always think about John Silver and the Dark Order. Who the fuck is Griff Garrison? That's Jungle Boy. Oh man,
I think they gave it away. I want to see Young Bucks against fucking Good Brothers.
Good brother.
Yeah. You see that AEW trademark Battle of the Belts for a
Yes.
show? Do you know the origins of that?
Isn't it NWA and I want to say Mid South,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, old school back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's title for title or just like a Clash of Champions style, but that would be a nice way to bring back, introduce the agreement with New Japan.
That'd be great.
You have Impact, AEW, and New Japan on one show.
Super Show,
Super Clash. Yeah.
Triple Threat, Champions.
Is the wedding obvious? It's the first wedding ever in AEW. You know how weddings end up in pro wrestling. Call it. How is this wedding ending?
He's gonna get ruined.
By?
Miro.
Is it gonna get ruined by Miro?
Just I'm just shit.
You're just spitballing?
Yeah,
It's
spitballing.
too obvious. It's paint by the numbers. I wouldn't complain if the payoff's good. It's hard because Trent's out, but I've got
Oh, Orange Cassidy.
dumps the orange juice. Then we get Kip and Miro tag team against the Butler. By then, the 30 days will be up,
Yeah.
and then you get Orange and you get Best Friends. You get Best Friends tag match Revolution. Fuck it, Mimosa Mayhem. Bring it back. If that's how you ruin the wedding by dumping them in orange juice,
Put him in there
put
again.
them in. Do it again. Yeah,
I see that.
yeah. And throw Penelope in there. After you beat Miro and fucking Kip Sabian, you throw Penelope in there. Yeah.
The old wedding gown. It's ruined.
Dude, yeah.
Honestly, if they were to go like the old Nitro Real kind of stuff, it sucks how Joey Janela's story just went down.
Oh,
That would be
that's too real, bro. I don't
that would be something there.
have
Real
Joey
life,
Janela ruin it.
Yeah.
There has to be a wedding, so you have Joey Janela marry Sonny Kiss. I'm more. You know what? It's weird. I say this. I might be just as interested for Beach Break this coming Wednesday than I am with the Royal Rumble.
Same here.
There's probably, I think, before Friday, before the last SmackDown. I think there's only 15 names for each Rumble match that have already been announced. So half of it is going to be on the fly. I'm kind of a bit upset that they didn't save Edge for a surprise and just have him cut that promo without any build on Raw that he was going to show up and just be like, oh hey, I'm in the Rumble and I'm going to cut this 10-minute promo like I'm in an episode of NCIS and tell you why it's such a big deal that I have to have this one last moment so I can go out on my own terms.
The voice.
Yeah, man. Let's end it on a high. Royal Rumbles this weekend. Give me some of your favorite Royal Rumble moments.
One of the ones that always sticks out to me was that was it Royal Rumble 2017 where Roman defended his title?
Yes.
Or was it 18?
17. It's 17.
When Roman got tossed
No,
out.
I'm sorry. It's 16.
When Roman got tossed out, and it was Dean and Triple H.
Oh,
That freaking pop of
Oh.
Dean just like ripping his shirt off and come on.
oh. What? That would have been on my resume if WWE was like, fix something in the past that you think you would have done better.
Have Dean win.
and I've said it on the show before, and for new listeners or just to go down memory lane, I will say it again. Dean and Triple H are the last two people in the match. Roman's been eliminated. The winner is the new champion. Triple H and Dean Ambrose go face to face, nose to nose, because this is that big. And then Triple H starts slowly backing away, slowly hits the ropes, slowly flips himself over, and eliminates himself, and gives Ambrose the belt. Oh. And you would have the 2-month build to see if Ambrose is still Team Shield or if Ambrose is Team Corporate. Hey. You could have built that up and just like have people guessing. I would, yeah. Again, my resume's out there. You went on the tail end. I'm gonna go on the front end. AJ Styles' debut in that 2016 Royal Rumble. Yes.
Oh, did you see the
Untold was pretty good. Yeah. That was good. I liked it. AJ's debut, just even now, I still get goosebumps. Being there, seeing the theme. As soon as I saw Phenomenal on the screen, I'm marking out in the fucking audience like everybody else. Scott's 3 rows above me, videotaping me, marking the fuck out, making fun of me because I am. Who wouldn't? Well, you would have fucking AJ in Orlando. If you would have done it anywhere else, he would not have gotten that pop. AJ in Orlando,
probably Nashville.
Maybe, yeah. Hit me with another one.
The Austin, I think it was his second. That chair shot with Kane.
Oh, 2001.
Yes.
Ooh, to eliminate him?
Yes.
Woo.
I just like that was the year that Kane was going rampage, if I ever remember.
Wow. All right, so I'm gonna match you again. You went Austin 2001. I'm going with Austin's entrance in 98. That build up to that Royal Rumble, Austin was stunning everybody. He stunned Jeff Jarrett and then did the strut. He stunned.
I forgot about that.
He stunned Sergeant Slaughter and started doing the push-ups. He stunned JR. He stunned the King. He stunned McMahon to the point where number 18 or 19, that glass shatters and there's about maybe 9 or 10 guys in the ring and everybody stopped what the fuck they were doing. Everybody was looking at that entrance ramp. Everybody wanted a piece of Stone Cold Steve Austin. That motherfucker came out from the crowd and came up behind. Whop, started throwing people out. Oh man, that pop he got in '98, you knew. And then they were showing clips of Mike Tyson going yeah from the fucking box up there, and I go all ham for Austin.
Oh,
that 98, that just that those like 3 minutes, those 3 minutes when that glass breaks. Oh, timeless, dude.
I'm gonna
Fucking
wa-
timeless.
Just for that, I'm going. We'll watch that one again. Man.
Give me another one. I got more. I've got at least. I've got a top 5, and I've got 2 or 3 more.
For sentimental reasons, that Rey Mysterio one for me.
Oh,
It
for
was
Eddie,
just nostalgia. Yeah.
62 minutes, 12 seconds. God damn. And you saw who he eliminated? Eliminated Triple H. Eliminated Randy Orton. He got rid of some big names that really put Ray over.
Yeah.
Really did. If you're gonna go sentimental, it's fucking obvious. Edge last year.
Yeah. That pop. Just that shock.
Yeah.
That face reaction of him, like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah. He sold it better than anybody. He
Yeah.
reacted the way we reacted to him.
What?
Yeah. Keep going.
I guess the shock factor of McMahon winning.
99.
Yeah. The first,
The
I
first
think it was
two, and then they ran around the entire
Yes.
fucking building. And
bathroom shot. They leave him in the stalls or something like that, and
Yeah.
then Austin comes back, eliminates everybody. McMahon comes back and tosses him over.
Mm-hmm.
That was when McMahon won it and defended his title shot at St. Valentine's Massacre, right?
Yeah. If you're gonna go for the over the top elimination, then I'm gonna match you again. I'm gonna go for an over the top elimination and over the top in general. I'm gonna guess the year because this is the one year that I didn't write down. 91? 91?
Sean Diesel?
Ric Flair eliminating Sid to become the undisputed champion. And just hearing Bobby the Brain Heenan on commentary lose his fucking shit for like 4 minutes nonstop. Yes, 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 yes. Oh man, I missed. Oh god, that moment. Hogan pulled Sid eliminated Hogan, and Hogan grabbed Sid's arm and helped Ric Flair eliminate Sid for him to get that victory.
That promo at the end with a tear in my eye.
Oh, yeah.
As much as they started the year off with that, they fucking ruined Mania with that on that one. You could have had the dream match that everybody wanted, Flair Hogan.
Yeah.
Had a good time, but digress on that one. Was that 4?
That's 4, yeah. You got one more in you?
One more. This one's a tricky one because it's he who must not be named.
Oh, that guy. What's his face?
Benoit.
That's awful. That's awful.
Yes, as much as it's awful.
Don't look. I had to put the microphone in the center.
Oh,
That's why it's there. You're not supposed to look at
oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, there's gonna be like 4 minutes of the podcast and I'm gonna be very loud. I'm not to tune that down.
But yeah, it was all more because of the whole aspect of going one from the very beginning. Current was it the latter part of what 2 decades that they did that?
Yeah. I tried not to be biased in some of these picks, but I'm gonna be biased with my pick because that's another Rumble that I was in attendance for. 2007 in San Antonio. The last 7 minutes.
Oh shit!
I
forgot about that one.
The last 7 minutes of HBK Undertaker in HBK's hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, doggy!
And I had just recently watched that one because I watched those last 7 minutes, and then I watched the first 7 minutes of the
next Rumble
where they continued it. I was like, wait, these two ended it last year, and they're starting off this year.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good.
With Michael Buffer doing the introductions of both of them and butchering HBK's intro. Oh my god, that was awful. The Heartbreak Kid. Oh god. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You got any more? I've got some honorable mentions.
No, I already told you that one. Cena coming in on that, was it 2008, I guess?
Yeah, 2008.
Piper and Snuka.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. 2002, Maven eliminating The Undertaker. And then the
Oh.
Undertaker dragging his ass all over the arena, beating the ever loving fuck out of Maven.
That was a year perfect went in there, right?
Yeah. Um, the ultimate stare down. I think it was 90. I think it was either 91, 92 or 90. I think it was Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior for the first time
Oh
in
yeah.
that Rumble, and they didn't do shit those 2 minutes. They just for like a minute and a half, they just stood there staring at each other. You just see the crowd going ape shit, and then Hogan goes for clothesline. Warrior doesn't move. Warrior goes for clothesline. Hogan doesn't move. They both go for clothesline. They're both knocked down, and then the next Rumble entry goes in. But those two, that 90 seconds of Hogan and Warrior face to face and circling, dude, there's been very few moments in wrestling where you liked two people that much that you couldn't choose between the two, and you're just there like losing your shit in the moment.
I just had one right now that's on my tongue and I forgot it. Ah, it was 2000 and it wasn't nine. Fuck, I forgot it.
2009.
Think so. There was it just left my mind right now.
Damn it, Bobby.
Yeah.
2009. So that was for WrestleMania 25 in Houston.
20. Never mind. The year after that one.
26.
The story of Shawn Michaels trying to get that shot because at that time Undertaker was champion. That redemption storyline,
And he got eliminated.
and he got eliminated. And
Yeah.
he just went ape shit. Also goes in there, super kicks everybody, and the referees too.
Oh, I got one more. Because it's charming to me. This was Rumble in 2005. Yeah, Rumble 2005. Uh, Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. There's 4 guys from Team Raw, 4 guys from SmackDown in the ring. If you ask me, put a gun to my head who those people were, I have no idea who the fuck they were. And they're beating the hell out of each other. And then entrant number like 19 or 20, and it's Muhammad Hassan.
And they all beat
He
on him.
walks into the ring and like Jesus, he like parted the Moses. He like parted the ring, and the Raw people are here, the SmackDown people are here. And like before, there was people chanting for Team Raw, and then there were people chanting for Team SmackDown. Then Hassan went in the ring, and they started chanting USA. Everybody beat the shit out of Hassan. They all collectively picked him up, threw him the fuck out. He wasn't even there long enough for another entrant to come in. He was in, he was out. Dunzo. Loved it. And then they went back to the Raw and SmackDown bullshit. But that moment, that God, dude, I wish they would do a Dark Side of the Ring episode on Hassan.
Oh, yeah.
Just on a storyline basis of how the timing of everything fell apart because
he had potential.
Oh, dude, they could have really done something with him if it weren't for the networks being so fucking.
The one Rumble that I liked that showed somewhat of a transition of power was the year that Nakamura won it. 2018? No, 19.
No, it was 18.
18, yeah.
It was 18. That was 34. 18.
2018, the last 6 men. It was Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Randy Orton on one side, and the other side was Nakamura, Finn Balor, and somebody else.
That's right.
And it was a transition of power of you saw the
old guard and
the old guard and the new guard. I was like, all right, I like this.
They kind of did the same thing with the women, right? Because it was Nikki and Brie Bella, and then on one side, and then Asuka and somebody else. I can't put my finger on it.
That was the year that Asuka and Nakamura won it.
Yeah, Team Japan all the way. Arigato gozaimasu. Yeah. Shit, man. All the timelines in the last couple of days on my Facebook feed. If the Rumble was in front of an audience,
you'd probably be there.
I would probably risk it and go just because I need the fix, and because it's one night. I wouldn't do fucking 2 nights at WrestleMania.
I'm surprised they don't do it. They don't have people there. They have the biggest arena.
Yeah,
Tropicana.
Oh, that's it. That's it for a show. Hopefully we'll be more optimistic next week or next time we record after we get all the results from the Rumble.
When is the next time?
We will be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We will be previewing NXT Takeover St. Valentine's Massacre. Yeah, which I probably won't be able to watch live because I'll be gone. So we'll see how that goes, and after that, I think after that's Revolution in March. There's not really a lot. It depends what the calendar's like because I'm not sure. They haven't really. It's hearsay. It's not really official that Armageddon's being brought back as a buffer pay-per-view between now and Mania.
Yeah.
I saw documents that leaked that they were having Fastlane and they're using it to test the network on Peacock or whatever. So I know Fastlane's actually happening, but they haven't said anything concrete about Armageddon. They'll probably talk about that. Oh, thank you for watching Royal Rumble. The next time we'll be on pay-per-view here on the network is such and such for Armageddon or whatever they end up doing.
Yeah.
So we'll see when that happens. We'll see if Abel's still here. If he gets lost in Dallas and we never see him again.
Yeah, God knows that's that Bucky story he told us.
Well, until next time, adios, my friends. Keep it classy. Oh man.
Yeah, that's you. Hey, what'd you think about the Dark Side of the Ring stuff? The new episodes. They're doing Pillman.
They actually signed Austin for the
Yeah.
Pillman episode. That's interesting.
God knows they're probably gonna talk about that gun angle.
Oh, that doesn't hold up. I don't know much about FMW, so I'm curious to see about that hardcore stuff. There's some topics on there that I'm curious to see because the first 2 seasons have taught me stuff about wrestling that I didn't know, like UWF. I didn't know anything about that stuff. I wasn't completely involved in the Superfly stuff. I didn't know much about it, so watching that episode, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Open your eyes.
Yeah, I did. So there's some stuff on season 3 that I'm really curious to see how it opens up my eyes. But overall, it's been fucking. There hasn't been a bad episode. It's all good. So I would like to know if they're gonna do another season of the Wrestlers. The Wrestlers was interesting because they went fucking all over. They did the Cholitas.
I need to see that.
They did the Cholitas. They did the hardcore wrestling from Japan. They did
Did they do someone with
the queer wrestling?
If I remember right, they did some Guatemalan ones, right?
Yeah. They did the whole Mexico one where the wrestlers were wrestling on the street during the red lights. Yeah, that was another one that really opened up my eyes on like the other sides of the Rubik's Cube of pro wrestling, because especially now with ADHD and me being stupid, it's easy to just focus on what's on TV, like just that one color of the Rubik's Cube, but there's so fucking much, dude. It was to the point where it's in Bolivia, the Cholitas in Bolivia, to the point that I was like, man, let me see what Bolivia's like. How hard is it to travel out there? Obviously before pandemic, because the wrestlers had already happened.
Yeah,
it happened before season 2 of Dark Side. But I was like, man, I want to see everything now. Like I want to see, as much as I wouldn't want to see it continuously, I wouldn't mind seeing a hardcore death match in Japan. I wouldn't mind seeing a gay wrestler against a blow-up doll. You know, the Cholitas beating up actual men, and the Cholitas in their all fucking skirts, and watching like everything. Like it opened my eyes to watching everything. So if anything, wrestlers.
I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, if you don't have access to it, we can do.
Was it like Vice or something?
Yeah, it's Vice. It might the episodes might be for free on the website.
I think I could watch that.
Yeah, they're fucking good. Yeah.
Give me something to watch.
Órale, now I'm gonna get up. Oh.
Yeah.